what's up? This is TB's. Now, for anybody that doesn't know this, these are like my first videos, by the way. My first YouTube videos are the beginner series, and then I got a couple remakes coming your way, and it's just gonna be everything from there. And we're just gonna take this. I'm gonna take this channel as far as I can, and I'm just gonna post my own music, my own raps and all that, whatever you say. You know what I'm saying? Instrumentals, blah blah blah. So let's get into it now. If you watched the last video, what I said, we're gonna get into this now. You don't really need too much in the file in the edit, besides like, these will be your last like recent projects. It says it right there. They're always there, and then your import and export's important. We'll go over these in a second, like the files, but that's pretty much it. I mean, there's not too much in edit. Ad doesn't really have much. I don't use this ad, never. I use the channel rack, and I'll show you where I use that. So instead, but okay, here's the patterns, and I never use this. I use the pattern. I right click, and it's the same menu. I right click that. You have to right click on this one. If you just click it, nothing will happen. It'll go into the playlist. So right click that one, or just regular click this one. Now the view. Excuse my cat. I'm sorry, but I think I said it. Tools, background was in tools, but it's not. It's in view, right here. And you set image wallpaper. You can set it as any like any image, but just make sure it's a big enough image to cover like the so it looks good. But other than that, there's not really much in here. You can go kind of self-explanatory. Everything right here is like you can pick it. You can pick these. These are the same buttons right here. I think that's everything. Tempo tapper. Listen to this. There's this right here you could click on to get this menu. Or you can right click this and hit tap. Same menu. Or you can click this right here. Same menu. So there's literally 3 ways to do the tempo. Like, isn't that crazy? There's so many ways to do one thing. It's ridiculous. So now there's not too much in options besides these 5 right here are pretty important. So I mean, everything over here is like, kind of self-explanatory, but right here is important. These are the settings. These are like your MIDI settings. Now, what MIDI is, it has to do with a piano roll, and like, it's like virtual notes. It's like information. It's virtual information to play like a specific key, and we'll go over that in like in the piano roll and all that. We'll go over all that. So I don't have my Oxygen 49 as a keyboard plugged in. I don't remember who it's by. I could look at it real quick. Hold on. It's by M Audio, and I'm not using it right now. It's not plugged in right now. If I plug it in, it will show up under here, and a green light comes on. And I'm just not gonna do that because I'm not gonna use it for the beginner. And you don't need a keyboard to start out. You don't need that. So the next thing, what you do generally need is you're gonna need this no matter what. You're gonna need a computer for sure, a DAW of any kind, like FL Studio, and that's what I use. I don't really use any other ones, but you're also gonna need a pair of headphones, flatline, closed back or open back. Honestly, I haven't brushed up on the open back or closed back topic. I use Sennheiser 280 Pros. That's what I've used for a long time. I use SonarWorks with the flatline. They do like a flatline reading. They adjust what do they call it? Synchronize your headphones, and I use that, and it works pretty good. So that's what I use. And you're gonna need. I use a microphone stand. I have my mic on a stand with a pop filter over it. It's really basic, it's nothing too crazy. Don't let them fool you into thinking you need the best equipment, you need professional stuff, you need all this and that. You don't. You just need to start. So just get, something small for yourself, personal. Anything works, and that'll get you moving. So that's basically the 4 elements. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say microphone? You need a microphone. I'm using SM58, which is so generic of a microphone. And that's about it right now. So other than that, that's all I'm using. Now, in general, I don't go in here really. So, I mean, you can kind of mess around if you know what you're doing, but I wouldn't really mess with it if you don't, because I don't. So, Now these right here are your where you can add the sounds and folders. And I got like every single sound in this one pack right here in drum kit, so that's why I don't have that many, but it doesn't matter. So that's pretty much it. You can name your project right here, hidden project, and okay, no, that's not where you name it. You name it somewhere in here, about, I think, or somewhere in here. Yeah, there it is, info. I just never name my songs, honestly, but it's a good thing to do, and it's really smart to get in the habit of naming every single one of your songs, and so you need to stay organized the whole time because it gets messy quick, and so that's important. And then the author's right below that. Now, this is where you can change 3 beats per bar and then steps per bar, and so if you're doing Latin time, or it's like the specifics to your project. So that's pretty much that with all this. There's nothing really much else. Tools, you know, I don't really use too much of that. So you know, that's pretty much it. And now let's get into here. Now the first thing is metronome. Now before every song you have, you're gonna have you need to tap your metronome to see how fast your song is moving, the BPM or the beats per minute, like a heartbeat. You know, I'm not sure what heartbeats run at. Maybe like 100. I'm not sure. I'm not even gonna take a guess because I'll embarrass myself. But you know, that's pretty much what that is. It's like how fast the song is moving. Now, generally it's set at 130 for every for like the new projects, but I mean, depending on your template or whatever, I'm not sure. I always have the same template set. Here's the metronome on and off switch, so that turns it on and off. You hit play, it'll play pattern mode and song mode, both of them. And this is pattern mode and song mode. We'll go over that. If you don't know what that is, we'll go over that. So right over here, you know, I don't really do too much of these 2 things right here. I don't mess with these. I don't mess with this. This is a countdown before recording. I always leave that on because it just gives you a little couple seconds to warm up. This is important sometimes. Wait for input to start playing. It says it right here. Everything says right here. So, but some things are hard to understand still because it still says it, and you're like, whoa, what the hell does that mean? You know, so you just gotta kind of mess around with it and see what it does. This is input to start playing. So as soon as, if I click this and then I hit play, it won't record. It won't record until it hears something. In other words, hopefully I explained that right. But it's waiting for input to start playing, basically. You know, it's waiting for something for it to start playing. So here's the record button right here, and then when you click it now, all these bunch of menus come up. Now, like, it kind of is confusing a little bit at first because it's like, what do I click? But when you click audio into that's usually for like recording your voice, because it's gonna go into Edison as an audio recorder, and you don't even have to do it that way. You can do it into the playlist directly. So Edison's a plugin that it's going into instead, or you can do notes and automation, which is generally for like MIDI or your keyboard or like anything like that. And there's everything, which is just everything all at once. And so that's pretty much the recording. Now there's a play and the pause and all that, and we'll get used to that as we go along. Now I think now these right here, this is a playlist, and it looks a little confusing because there's all these right here, these buttons that you can use and do in here and mess with, and it looks confusing, but it's not. After a while you just get used to it. They look crazy right now, maybe to some people, but they're not. So now this is the channel rack, and this is where basically when you pick from here or anywhere, and you add a plugin or any sound or any audio clip, they go in here into your channel rack as a separate channel. There's 4 channels in here right now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now usually when you add a new channel, like one over here, let's go to packs, drums, cymbals, and right click and hit open a new channel. I just clicked on a random thing, you know, it doesn't have to be the symbol. It could be anything. When you do that, it'll send it to the channel rack, and it's not marked yet. It's not on 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not on anything yet because it's not it's not in the mixer. The reason why these are there is because this is just a default template. And, you know, that's just it. Maybe it's on yours. If it's not, it's set to a different default template. I'm pretty sure everyone's is this when you download the demo. or when if you don't change it. So when you go into the piano roll, this is for like to simply explain it. If you have a piano, or if you load up a piano, you can play a low note, like a really, really low note, and a really, really high note, all the way up to, the 10th octave, all the way down to the, negative octave, whatever that is. And, that's just kind of insane. So that's kind of simply explain it. And that really like opens up your like inspiration, kind of. If you're like me, you just kind of get excited about that. Anyways, I think that's close to about it. There's your browser right here. Again, I'm gonna go and do separate videos. Like I'm gonna have a video for each of these buttons that are important. So here's your browser. This is just kind of like a quick sweep through. Here's your browser, and it has like all your stuff in it, all your packs, everything related to your project, everything, plugins, all that good stuff. So you can kind of click around in here now. In packs though, that's where all your sounds come from, like all your all your stuff that you want to start getting to right away, like your claps, hi-hats, all that good stuff, kicks, snares, blah blah blah, shit like that. Excuse my language, but I think that's pretty much it besides a mixer. And I'm going to create separate videos for this. So, in here, it looks kind of confusing at first, because there's just so much to look at, kind of. But, it's important to know this. You need to do this to finish your song. You need to know everything in here. So that's why we're doing the basics, to get to know everything. Because when it comes to, like, getting your song across, you generally want to, like, learn pretty much everything, like, like learning how to jump rope, or I don't know, like anything. You just gotta practice and get better and get used to everything. So that's pretty much it. Now, thank you for watching. In the next couple videos, we're gonna go over everything in more depth for a beginner. So if you're advanced, don't watch this, because you're just watching it for nothing. But if you're beginning and you really want to get to know a little more, that's cool. And honestly, if you are an advanced person and you're watching this, maybe you'll pick up a tip. Maybe you'll say something else. I don't know. Whatever. So thank you for watching. This is T Beats. Now let's move on to the channel rack. I'm going to go channel rack playlist, and I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to build like a little song at the same time. So to kind of like, go along with what we're doing and how to demonstrate at the same time. And it's going to be like a rap trap style or something like that. So we'll just figure it out. Maybe I'll write some lyrics to it if it's alright. So thank you for watching. This T Beats. Now let's move on to the playlist. Thank you. Peace.